Hello students, today in this video we will learn about Salt March, Gandhi-Irwin Pact and Second Roundtable Conference. So first of all, I will tell you that how Salt March was started. Gandhiji found a powerful symbol in salt to unite the nation, and he wrote one letter to Viceroy Irwin stating 11 demands. Out of this, some were of general interest and some were specific about the different classes of India, from peasants to industrialists. And Gandhiji stated that if these demands will not be fulfilled, then we will start the civil disobedience movement. And in all these demands, the most stirring demand was the abolition of the salt tax. As we know, salt is consumed by all, rich and poor alike, and it is a very essential factor in our food items. And because of that, the tax on salt and the monopoly of the colonial government of the production of the salt, Gandhiji declared it is the most, you can say, repressive face of the British government. And because of that, his letter it was like an ultimatum only. He wrote that if our demands will not be fulfilled by the 11th of March, then we will start the civil disobedience movement. And as expected, Irwin did not agree with this demand. He did not show more interest for the negotiation, and as per decided, on 12th of March, Gandhiji waited up to 11th of March 1930, and on 12th of March 1930, he started his famous Salt March with 78 most trusted volunteers from Sabarmati Ashram. As we all know, Sabarmati Ashram is in the Sabarmati suburban area near about 4 miles from the Ahmedabad city, and it is situated on the bank of Sabarmati river. That's why this ashram is called as Sabarmati Ashram. And this ashram is called as Harijan Ashram and Satyagraha Ashram also. It has 3 names: Satyagraha Ashram, Harijan Ashram and Sabarmati Ashram. And it was built on 17th June 1970. From this ashram to Gujarati coastal town Dandi, this Dandi march was conducted. It is near about 240 miles, near about 390 kilometers distance. And these volunteers travelled near about 24 days. It means per day 10 miles, near about 16.25 kilometers. Per day they travelled. And wherever Gandhiji stopped, whenever they took the halt, thousands of people came to hear Gandhi, and in front of them, Gandhiji explained what is the meaning, what is meant by freedom for him. And so many people were convinced and they joined also. And in this way, by conducting the march on 6th of April 1930, they reached on the coastal village of Dandi, and ceremonially, by manufacturing salt, by boiling seawater, Gandhiji broke the salt law. And this is only called as the Salt March. It is remarked, it is considered as the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. Now we have to learn how this movement was different from the non-cooperation movement. If you will see properly, in non-cooperation movement, people were supposed to refuse cooperation with the British government, but here not only refused to cooperation but also to break the colonial law. And because of that, people started manufacturing salt, breaking salt law and demonstrating in front of the salt factory of the government. Even when movement spread, peasants stopped to pay the revenue and chowkidari taxes. Even village officials resigned, and even in the so many parts, forest people also broke the forest law by entering into the reserve forest, grazing the cattle and collecting the fuel goods. In this way, people supported very much for this civil disobedience movement. But what happened? Worried by the development, government started arresting Congress leaders one by one. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested in December 1930 when a crowd attacked on the government officers, and they faced the armed cars and even police firing. so many were killed. A month later, Gandhiji himself was arrested when industrial workers in Solapur in Maharashtra, they attacked on police post, municipal building, even railways, whatever may be structure representing the British rule. And frightening by these all activities, government started very repressive policy. Very innocent satyagrahis were attacked. Women and children were beaten, and near about 1 lakh people were arrested during this period. By seeing this, when movement was turning violent at many places, Gandhiji once again decided to call up the movement and entered into the pact with Viceroy Irving, and it is only called as Gandhi-Irving Pact, which was signed on 5th of March 1931. As per this Gandhi-Irving Pact, Gandhiji consented, means Gandhiji agreed to attend the Round Table Conference in London, because first Round Table Conference was boycotted by the Congress. Now this was second Round Table Conference, which was supposed to be conducted in December 1931. Gandhiji became ready to attend that Round Table Conference, and in return of that, British government agreed to release the political prisoner. Here political prisoner means the person, the people who were arrested during the civil disobedience movement. So in this way, Gandhi-Irving Pact was signed and movement was called off, means movement was stopped. Now what happened? In December 1931, as per the decision, Gandhiji went to London to attend the Round Table Conference, but unfortunately, negotiation failed and Gandhiji returned back disappointed. Back in India, he discovered that government had started a new cycle of repression. Jawaharlal Nehru and Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was still under the jail, and government has declared National Congress, means Congress party, as illegal. A series of measures were imposed to prevent meeting, demonstration and boycott. And by seeing this all, with great apprehension, Gandhiji decided to relaunch the movement. Near about over a year, that movement was continuing. But during the 1934, this movement lost its momentum, means lost its importance. So in this way, here we learn why Gandhiji started Salt March, what was Salt March, what was the participation of the people in Salt March, how people responded for the civil disobedience movement, what was Gandhi-Irving Pact, and why Second Round Table Conference failed. And last question, why did Gandhiji decide to relaunch the movement? So I think answers are clear to you. Thank you.